Here's a hypothetical data set for our oil spill experiment, and so I'm just operating on the idea that we were going to do a number of runs, 3 runs, and each run we would increase the volume of oil by some certain amount. So I have a column for oil, the amount of oil that's added, and then I did 2 different methods, method 1 and method 2. So under the oil added, you can see that I started with 50 milliliters of oil, then I ran an experiment, then I added 100 milliliters of oil, ran the experiment, and I added 150 milliliters of oil, and I ran the experiment, increasing the amount of oil by 50 milliliters for each new run. And then it shows that I did 2 methods, method 1 and method 2. For method 1, I recovered 40, 90, and 140 milliliters for each successive run. Method 2, I recovered 40, 80, and 120 milliliters for each successive run. The methods aren't identified here, as this is all very hypothetical. I'm just put some numbers in for the sake of showing this this method of making a graph. And also I added zeros into the data set. And the zeros are more just placeholders, so the line on the graph will begin at 0 rather than beginning at 50 milliliters and 40 milliliters. It just makes the graph look more complete. So anyway, to make a graph, this is pretty easy. I highlight the A column, and it highlights the whole A column. Then I hold down the control button. Then I highlight column B and highlight column C. And when you do that, you'll see that all 3 columns are highlighted. Now I make a graph. I go to Insert, and I go all the way over to this Charts area on Excel. And I click the Scatter chart, and I'm going to go for a chart with this is smooth lines showing the data points. When I click that, you get a complete chart. Now let me enlarge this a little bit. This is pretty easy, right? Enlarge it a little so you can see it better. There's our 2 lines. Blue line is for method 1. The kind of orangish line is for method 2. Now this graph isn't complete. We could take this graph and paste it right onto a Word page. That makes the whole process really easy. But first we have to kind of finish the graph. 1, it doesn't tell us what the graph is about. There's nothing on there that tells us that. And 2, it doesn't tell us anything about the meaning of the axes. So we first want to give the chart a title. And so we would want to call it what? Recovered oil. So I'd type that into the chart title area. AMOUNT of oil. There you go. Amount of oil recovered. There. And I click go, and there it is. And then I want to format the axes. For that, I go way over here to, it's under File, Chart Tools. And then I click this little drop down menu here. It says Add Chart Element, Axis Titles, Horizontal Axis. There it is. And now I can put in a title for the horizontal axis. So the horizontal axis is the amount of oil added. And you always want to put the units in for whatever that measurement mean, what the numbers mean. And the units in this case are milliliters. So I put a lowercase m and an uppercase letter L. Click Enter, and whoops, click Enter, and it drops down. So I think I hit Tab. No, I don't do that either. Maybe I just click away from it. All right, click away from it, and it shows it's complete. So now I want to title the vertical axis. Same deal. Vertical axis is amount of oil recovered, spelled with ED. Enter, amount of oil recovered. There we go. Now the graph is complete enough for paper quality. It's laboratory report quality. Now it's a simple matter of highlighting it. You just left click on the whole box that contains the graph. Then right clicking, copy. And then you go over to a Word page. So I got one open right now. It's right here. It's a blank Word page. So this is our oil recovery report. You'll be calling yours probably something a little bit different, but that's essentially what it is. And then I will Click paste, and there it is. There's your graph. Simple as can be.